And welcome back to Kontroversy on TAN Network, where us three peoples are very controversial in our views, news and attitudes of the world.
Right.
Now, as the girls just told me within the break, that this is actually going to be all about murder and mayhem. Well, there's another one. So, like, yeah, sort of bring it on.
It will be a bloody show today.
Yeah, it's a bloody show.
Okay, the first time I saw this article, I just thought, okay, that's a sad, tragic, because 28 whales, pilot whales, died in New Zealand beach, remote beach. But then when I read to the context, it's actually 28 were stranded.
Yeah.
And when the conservation staff get to the beach, 9 already died, and the 19 still survive. But this is what they said. Department of Conservation workers found 9 whales dead on the Raggedy Beach on Sunday, and because of wild seas and strong winds make it impossible to mount a rescue for the 19 survivors.
Yeah.
So conservation officials were forced to euthanize the animals.
Wow.
Or they would have suffered greatly.
Yeah.
And just this recent month, it's already 140 whales died in 3 other beaching, while 76 were refloated by rescuers.
Yeah.
So it's already 140 died.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something on a mythical level, and being Thai citizens here, Thailand's based on mythology and through Buddhism and things like that, is they say that the more whales that die on Earth, the faster the Earth is dying, because the whale is actually representative of Mother Earth. It's actually the symbol in many ancient cultures. And it's interesting, I saw a program about this the other day, and I mean, and look at this. Now, for instance, I have to ask something awful. How do they euthanasia them? Do they actually...
They didn't
say.
They didn't say.
Drugs. I would suspect it's drugs.
Yeah.
Because it's probably the modest way.
Yeah.
I'm the one person that don't believe in mercy killing for all these animals. You never see a disabled dog jump in front of the train track just to kill themselves because they're disabled. You always see all these animals try to be happy on that whatever they have left. So I don't think it's anyone's right to make decision when anyone should die, even though they're just an animal.
It's amazing too that actually how they're all lined up. It's really quite a spiritual phenomena. It really is quite unusual. It's interesting.
And I am one of those people that go diving, go on the ocean, just want to see the whale, the dolphin, all these fish in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's just heartbreak.
Yeah, it is. It's awful. Most
and
definitely.
I mean, you cannot. Maybe if they leave all these whales on the beach for another 2 days, maybe there'll be some of them survive, or maybe the wind will get a little weaker next day and they'll roll themselves in the water or whatever. The same thing happened in Thailand many years back with the dolphins all beached. And all tourists, I got this on an email as a news, on all tourists and rescuers, they all try to like
help
them and refloat them to the seas. Not much of them die because everybody was helping out. But this is, I don't know why it's the decision to kill somebody.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, you know, I think even if they were put in, sometimes when I've lived in a place on the earth where it's happened on the beach I lived on, and we actually, even I tried to put them back in, which we did. It was only one. Oh, well, sorry, there was actually 2, excuse me. And the thing about one died, one actually went back in, and it came back in again. Do you know what I mean? And they're actually saying because the waters are changing now through pollution and just through global warming, and it's actually basically starving them because the food that they need is actually like not plentiful anymore. Do you know what I mean? Just due to
so
sort
are
of,
you like, you think that's, you know, okay to
do
it? Or?
Look, the thing is that this, I really didn't have a comment about actually euthanasia aspect, but I have a comment on, I think that if we have to like fix the earth, we need to fix it fast, especially when it comes to the waters, do you know what I mean? Because the thing is that, like, and also too, if they're not dying like this, they're being harpooned by certain Asiatic neighbours of ours. Right. Do you know what I mean? Also.
And I try to find information about the whale population.
Yeah.
The funny thing is they cannot have the numbers.
Yeah.
They just don't have the number out.
Well, because I mean, like their habitat is so big. Like think about it. Like it's deep down in the ocean. Like how are you gonna go down?
And they can say how much whale got whaling this year because the commercial whaling, but
Yeah.
It's just
they're on the
heartbreaking.
decrease big time. Yeah. So
that's what we were debating about. Like, is that like necessary to actually kill them rather than you know wait for it, like naturally died? If you say that's like a mercy thing to do, then what about leave them to die like naturally?
Yeah, sure.
Mercy
you know,
and
just
kill
like
should fall in the same
just like
sentence.
what Darwin said, right? You know, you struggle, you're the strongest survive.
Yeah.
Well, same thing. This one, the strongest, wouldn't survive if you put, you know, needles in them.
Yeah.
And they're conservation people. I mean, the conservation officials. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they were trained that way because all these Western veterinarians always have an answer of all the struggling with the killing. My rabbit was suggested to be euthanized after it got one leg cut off. But she survived another couple years and she aging and she died old. And it's not the answer. It's not always the answer.
Yeah. But at the same time, as I said earlier, I think because of the waters have changed so much, and especially like, you know, I mean it's New Zealand, isn't it?
Yes.
And the waters around there are actually like from Antarctica. They're freezing waters.
They're
with
migrating.
With a warm stream that goes through there into Australia and things like that. But it's actually changing.
But the thing is already 140
and
kind of
it's changing, and it's actually, do you know what I mean?
It's very scary
it's
that
killing them.
amount.
Yeah, because they said last time it's this much. It's year 2003.
Yes.
It's about 160 whales stranded and die. But they didn't say that the 160 how much euthanized, how much like died naturally.
Well, look, we'll leave it there, and we'll be back with a more even sadder story. See you after the break.